What is up, guys? Zertus Gaming here, back with another Supreme Arena of a Journey video. So today I just reached rank number 2 in our district. Unfortunately, my official rank is rank number 9 because I tried to snipe the second ranker. However, I actually it was already beyond the tally time, so it wasn't calculated officially. However, I wanted to highlight the gameplay of that of my latest fight because I was able to beat a player who is tons I mean a lot more powerful than my account. I was fighting like Paragon 1 units, and then but because of the strategy that I have used, which I'm going to share to you guys, I was able to win it. All right. So my first tip, especially when you try to climb the arena, Supreme Arena, is look at the calculation time on the left. Um, so if you're really try harding and you want to secure top 20 rank, because I think for you to get the armor you must rank 20 and above, try to get a rank um a little bit beyond rank 20. The reason for that is if the same people are thinking of, oh, I want to be rank 20, and if let's say your current rank is 25, I think people, those tryharders won't attack you as much because you're rank 25 and their target is rank 20 and above. However, try to secure like 1 minute or 2 minutes before the time runs out, or the tally time runs out. Try to snipe anything that you think that you'd be able to defeat in the rank 20 and above. So that's my first tip. Now, my second tip is obviously build three decent teams. Now, we all know that the meta team right now is your control team, right? So this is Iron, Arden, Carolina, and what have you with the other two. Now, here's the thing: you know that this team is one of the strongest teams in EFK Journey. Um, so what I did, for example, in my case, when I tried to attack this guy, the number 2 guy, so so what I saw that his second team did not use Iron. He put Iron on the first team, and this actually was visible. So I know that if you put Iron in a certain team, that is most likely your strongest team. So what I did here is, I know that this is his strongest team. So what I put here against his strongest team is my weakest team, because I know that I won't win this one anyway, right? So that's the second tip. If you match the enemy strongest team with your weakest one, right? And then try to then build up your team against his relatively weaker team. So for example, in this case, look at this, guys. This is a purely almost a no, it's actually a mix of wilders and light bearers. Um, I am not sure what he's trying to achieve here. I think this is like some stall and stun team. Um, However, I know that I would be able to beat this team with my control team, and I will show you that later. So and then the last one, so I know, so this is quite visible. He's using a Mauler team, and I know Maulers are weak against a light bearer team. So even if he had a Paragon 1 OD and a Paragon 1 Shakir, I was pretty confident I would be able to beat this team. And this one, I think he has Paragon 1 Grandani. Um, I think that's about it. Yeah, a Paragon 1 Hewin as well. So you can see that it's a Paragon because I'm colorblind, so I'm not actually sure if there's like differences in color, but I can see that certain crown there, that tip. So that means that is Paragon 1. So let me show. So that's the second tip. So try to arrange your team in a way to match his strongest with your weakest, that you know that you're going to lose anyway, and then try to strategize and use the other stronger teams to counter his team, right? So actually this is like rock paper and scissors in a way, right? In a way. um and the third one is build up, or try to think of a synergistic team. So in my case, I'm going to share to you the team that I use. The first one is obviously the control team. This doesn't need any introduction. You know the drill essentially. So my second team is, I tried to experiment this a little bit, and this is, I would say, the optimal team that I was able to build. So essentially, this is, I would try to coin this as your displacement and displacement team. It's displacement because, as you can see, three of these units here do not stay at the same place, and it's also displacement because once Rainier would be able to have his energy, he would be able to cast his ultimate and pick out one of the enemy units, and they would go to this dimensional realm for a few seconds. Now, why is that important? So Rainier initially would give either. So I'm not. So it's either Rainier would give buffs, damage reduction, and power and attack power to any of these three, depending on if they have units here. Now, so that's his first use. Second one is that he's essentially, Rainier does not. I mean, he does do damage, but not that much, right? So he's only a support unit. So once he does that, he does the buff. Essentially becomes a non-critical unit. Now, if he's able to cast his ultimate, and he's able to pick out a unit in the enemy team that is a critical unit, for example, a damage dealer, a healer, or a tank, it really changed the tides of battle. So that's why I like this composition, right? And the third one is actually, this would, I would say, my weakest team, because you see here, you can actually do some predictions on the outcome, and you can easily counter this team with a light bearer team. The only, I would say, unique thing here is that I don't use Thoran in my control team. So I use Thoran here in this case to protect my OD. So there are times that this team actually wins because OD lives long enough, and then does his thing with his ultimate, and Shakir actually damages the units so that they would meet OD's threshold, wherein he would be able to execute those enemy units. So let me show you guys um, the gameplay of this one. So this is my offensive my offensive oops my offense team. So I have someone who attacked me. We're going to look at that as well. That's very nice. Number 7, and his his base power is 46 million, guys. The person that I attacked is 48.9 million, right? And then, and just for transparency, my base power is only 37 million. Yeah. So let me just, you can actually check that here. I don't know how you'd be able to check it on, but I usually go to this guild member listing here. And here I am. Where am I? Right. So my base power is only 37.4 million, but I can beat guys who have Paragon levels just because of strategic thinking. Right? That's why I like this game mode, because it would really force you to think about what team you're going to build against theirs, right? So yeah, so actually I think that guy succeeded, or someone succeeded in attacking my defense. That's fine. So let me show you this one first. So this is the second placer that I replaced. Let's play this one. Right. So this one, this is just a throw throw away. I didn't expect to win this one, so because I know that this team is his strongest, and you can see there's a Scarlita there as well. My goodness. Right. The second stage is actually more satisfying to watch. Right. So that's fine. The second one, the second stage. This is actually a very good showcase of how powerful the crowd control team is. Right. So essentially, because of my crowd control skills, I was able to build up quickly the rage bar. Now, even if they have Rowan there who gives them energy, they were not able to delete my units quickly, and it gave me time to recover. Right, moral boost on, right, moral boost, and that gave me 30% more damage, 30% damage reduction, and 30 haste. And with that, even if he had Paragon units, I was able to quickly wipe out his units. Right, nice one, very clean win there. And then the last one, this is also very interesting. The last one is this, right? So I relocated essentially OD to my backline and replaced Vala. So Vala went to their backline, eliminating Smokey right away. So Rainier died, and that's absolutely fine. We don't need Rainier here anymore. So here's the thing with the my displacement team. If you're melee like these guys, a lot of his units are melee, and I'm always moving around. Anytime that my units move around, that's actually a defensive move, because their units, for them to um, damage my units, they have to like walk around, right, for a few seconds, while my units are already targeting them because they're ranged. Especially Marilee, I would show you Marilee's damage here. So don't discount Marilee, guys. There was like a Reddit uproar, like, Marilee is nerfed. My goodness, Marilee is one of the best units in PvP. Let me show you her damage. So it's 55.9 million. It's even larger than Vala's. So imagine that, right? And then for my second one, my control team, yeah, they absolutely obliterated this one. So it doesn't mean so I would say, I mean, fair play to him. Like, I would have built a different unit or different team, because I think this could easily be beat. So let me check this one. My defense, because my offense and defense teams are practically the same. So, oh, wow, look at that. I won all of my rounds. So let me just play this one. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. Can you see that? Scarlita, 5 stars, Paragon, right? Paragon, Paragon, but was able to beat by this measly team. All right? Second one. Yeah, I don't know why you're not using Aaron here. If you don't use Aaron in your crowd control team, it just would fail, practically. Oh, and he's using here a mirror a mirror match. But his Shakir is already 4 stars. Smokey at Paragon, Odie at Paragon. Oh, this is going to be very interesting, guys. Let us play this video. Right. Let's see what happened here. Right. So, actually, my row one was the one Rainier swapped. my row one went to the back. Okay. Vala just eliminated uh Coco like almost immediately. Wow. Vala, guys. Yeah. Nice one. Absolutely nice. Freaking nice. Clean. All of my units survived. Amazing. And let's see the second one. Yeah, because I'm not sure why he's not using. I mean, he used Iron on his first team, but yeah, let me see why he lost this one here. Why did he like relocate Carolina to my back line? I don't understand. Yeah, my human just will heal. Oh, what happened? I would have lost this one. I'm not sure why I won. Or is it because Human's going to heal? Yeah. Yep. Yep. And I also reached rage first. That's why that damage reduction, and damage increase in damage and haste that actually changes a lot. I mean, change the tides of battle. I mean, wow. Right. Wow. Amazing. Yep. All right. All right. And then the third one. How did I win this one? It's almost impossible looking at his lineup. All right. So here's the issue. And that's why I say that sometimes this team actually wins. It's because of that Thoran OD combo. Thoran, it would be very hard to actually defeat a Thoran OD combo using if you're going to use OD against Thoran, you're going to have some issues, essentially. Because Thoran was just, resurrect for 3 times, essentially. Yeah, yeah. Interesting. See, that's the issue. Like that's why I like this my last team because intuitively, if you're going to use a Mauler against my Mauler team, you're going to use an OD as well. But because I have a Thoran there, that would create problems for that OD, right? So yeah, I'm so happy with the results. I'm currently ranked na. I know I lost the rank. However, what I wanted to do was actually attract some attacks on my defense, and I'm so happy that it actually made some good successful defenses. As you can see here, I have here the, successfully defended these from these guys. Like and their base powers are quite high, and they also have Paragon units. However, I just think that they didn't use fully utilize the power of their units. So you'd have to think of combinations and synergies on how you're going to attack my team. Now I know how I know how to counter my team. I'm just not going to share to you that to you those. But yeah, I'm quite happy with my performance given that I am a medium-sized whale, unlike these guys who have like very, very powerful units. So, yep. So that is it for me, guys. I hope you learned something from today's video. Like, subscribe, and comment below. Xertus Gaming out.